music and fun for you and riotous romance in a comedy frothy as champagne, potent as moonlight. Lavishly produced, One Night in the Tropics brings you sparkling entertainment by 9 top talent stars. Alan Jones, Nancy Kelly, radio's prize nitwits in their first screen appearance, Bud Abbott and Lou Costello.
I'm a bad boy.
Robert Cummings, comedians Mary Boland, Leo Carrillo, William Frawley, and pretty Peggy Moran in a musical gay with melody, maids, and merriment.
It's wonderful how you hold your drinks.
Oh, liquor never affects me.
5 minutes of 4. Where is that guy?
Maybe he's over my hotel suit.
Not your suit, you're sweet.
You're cute too, Abbott. I like you.
Hey, there, Mom.
You know how it is when a woman reaches 40.
40. I'll bet you 50 she'll never see 60 again.
Is that so?
Stop smoking. No smoking in here.
Who's smoking?
You are.
What makes you think I'm smoking?
You have a cigar in your mouth?
I got my shoes on, but I'm not walking.
Oh.
If you marry anybody, it'll be me, because if you don't marry me, you'll have too many broken legs to marry anybody else.
Shall we commence?
No, Senor Escobar. I'm sorry to have caused you all this trouble, but the wedding is off. You see, I've just made the very interesting discovery that both the groom and the best man are a couple of first-class heels.
Remind me not to find you so attractive. My rocking chair is calling me socially, honey. Arms blue. How to do and farewell. A dream is the same as my dream.
You're 40 years old and you're in love with a little girl, say 10 years old.
This one's gonna be a pimp.
Well, wait till I finish.
Now I'm going around with a 10-year-old girl.
Wait a minute.
You got a good idea where I'm gonna wind up.
And for music, the song-sational creators of Boogie Woogie Rhythm, the top trio of radio, records, and screen, the Andrews Sisters.
Can't blow a note unless the bass and guitar is playing with him. He makes the company jump when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. He was the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B.
Now, 1, 2, 3, 4. Bingo. Quiet.
Well, I had it.
Never mind that. Let's show around. Let's show around.
Why don't you make up your mind?
No cutting in, sorry.
The captain wants to see you at once.
Oh, now, wait a minute. Don't give me that okay.
Wait a minute.
What?
Where's Herbie? Where's... How did you get up in that tree?
How did I get up in a tree? I sat on it when it was an acorn.
We're 130 million strong, and we're sticking with you right along. This is really your lucky day. So, buddy, what you say? Just throw your hat to the sky up where the stars and stripes fly, and keep your country rolling it high. You're a lucky fellow, Mr. Smith.
How do you like that? Not a cop within a mile from here. Go get me a cop.
Sure.
What?
It's Laugh Ahoy, my hearties, with the new comedy rage of the nation. Those gay, goofy, hilarious nitwits of the Navy, Bud Abbott and Lou Costello, in a bigger, better, funnier show than Buck Privates, in the Navy.
Taste that dish. Shall we?
Mm-hmm. They'll torpedo your troubles and blitz your blues. Aided by this grand cast of fun and music makers. Dick Powell, those song-sational boogie-woogie singers, the Andrews Sisters, lovely Claire Dodd, Dick Foran, Butch and Buddy, Shemp Howard, the Condos Brothers, in the merriest Navy musical that ever hit the screen.
What do I care about the petty officer? I got no use for a petty officer. Ooh.
So I see. Could this possibly belong to you, sailor?
Thanks, buddy. Attention to bridge. Man battleships. Launch aircraft.
So long, goodbye, sailor, see you again. 'Cause you're off to see the world and see what makes it tick. And earn your promotions, but do it quick. So long, but not forever, goodbye. We'll see you again when you put back into port. So long, bon voyage to you, 'cause you're off to see the world. We're in the Navy, watchdogs of liberty. We're in the Navy, scrappy, happy-go-luckies under the sea. First in line and set to clear the deck. Any galoot who wants to dispute will get it in the neck. So gangway, don't cross the bow. We're in the Navy now.
Is everybody happy? I sigh. I cry. Why, it's just a bit of heaven. When my baby smiles at me.
You're a sweetheart in a million. Ooh, be my Aurora.
I mean, at least you feel a little more comfortable and safe when I'm around?
Doctor, when I have to turn to you for protection, I'll...
Did you slap me?
Did you slap me?
Uh-oh.
Chop his head off.
He's deserving of it.
I'll get him. Oh, boy.
You shot an arrow through the heart of her teepee.
What a show of shows. What a super saga of laughs, girls, music, and excitement. Starring those mirth-provoking cowpokes, Abbott and Costello, in their funniest picture to date. Plus, the harmonizing of the Merrimack.
He left her beside the Rio Tinto shore.
Plus, the romancing of Dick Ferran and Anne Gwynn. Plus, rip-snorting action by that Western ace, Johnny Mac Brown. Plus, the music of the sensational sepia songstress, Ella Fitzgerald.
A tisket, a tasket, I lost my yellow basket. And if that girlie don't return it, don't know what I'll do.
Get a wedding license ready or else. Or else? I'm getting sick and tired of having those Indians threaten me. I'll give them 10 minutes to get out of town. Stop! No! Just in here. Yeah. Yes! Come on, get going!
Ride 'em, cowboy, ride. We're all together, side by side. We'll be off to take the town to set 'em up and bring 'em down. Come on and ride 'em, cowboy, ride.
young America takes to the sky. And today, a few short months after intense training started, this country is well on the way to having the world's finest air fleet. Sleek bombers, fast pursuit ships, transports, and scouting planes. These ships are manned by crews who short weeks ago were cadets at Army training academies. In the scenes that follow, partly fact and partly fiction, you will see what life with the flying cadets is like. A new class arrives at a typical Army Air Corps training center. Many of these men are high school graduates between the ages of 18 and 22. Upon completing their course, they will be pilot sergeants. Others between 18 and 35 will study navigation or ground crew work. For many, the beginning of a promising career.
Mister! Get your eyes on the point, mister. Go back those shoulders. Mister, put your hair on that chest. Well, make a move.
There, mister.
Look straight ahead. Sorry, me, mister. Turn around.
Hey, go against it, mister.
Obviously, you're not pilots, and I doubt if you're very good mechanics.
Well, there must be something around here that we can do.
Sure, Major. There's thousands and thousands of guys like Blackie and I that want to do something to serve their country. Maybe we haven't got training, but we're willing to try. Honestly, we'll try hard, too. It all don't mean nothing if you don't give us this chance. After all, our heart's in the right places.
I understand all that,
Look, Major, when I was a little bit of a kid, I was too fat to play on a baseball team, so they made me the bat boy. And then when the football season came around, I couldn't run fast enough to make the football team, so they made me the water boy. And now, Major, when you're training the biggest team that we ever had, there surely must be a place for Blackie and I, maybe as a water boy or a bat boy. Won't you, Major, give us a chance?
Spread your wings, you eagles, and fly. Time for fledglings to take to the air. Hit the beam and get those planes in the sky, and let's keep them flying there. We're an all-American team, and we see every play eye to eye. Hit them hard and fast, let that be our theme, and let's keep them flying high.
Gentlemen, by your presence here, you have indicated your ambition to become a part of the greatest air force the world has ever known. I congratulate you upon your decision. In point of years, the story of the Army Air Corps is a brief one, but it is also a distinguished one. Your training of 20 weeks here will be an exacting task, but when it is completed, you will go on to advanced training in the Army's West Point of the Air. When you graduate, you will be commissioned in the Air Corps of the United States Armies. There are other jobs in the Corps that are just as important. Aeronautical engineers, observers, navigators, meteorologists, photographers, and a host of others. Remember, for every pilot that hits the blue, it takes many other highly trained men to keep his ship in shape, on its course, and properly manned. Those men are the backbone of the Corps.
So you guys wanted to get in the air service, huh? Well, brother, you're in it. Now get busy and taxi that plane off the field.
Come on, you heard what he said. Taxi the plane off the field.
Taxi! Taxi!
What are you doing?
Oh, taxi!
What's the matter with you?
Gotta get a cab, get the plane off.
Oh, no, it's nothing of the kind. Over here, we've got to get it off.
Huh?
We've got to get it off.
Okay. Which way are we going? This way?
That way. What's the matter now?
Can't budget.
Come on, get on that wheel.
Okay. Wait a minute, wait a minute.
What's the matter?
Contact! Contact!
What are you talking about?
Oh, ain't you an aviator? Contact.
All right.
That means...
Well, get a hold of it. Come on.
Come on.
What's wrong? What's wrong now? What is it? What's the matter? What's the matter? Well, what's the matter? What? Oh, all right. All right.
Under the supervision of competent instructors, cadets receive the finest training in the world. They learn the technique of flying, solo and formation, the mechanics of their planes, navigation, the proper handling of armaments, aerial photography, and a score of allied subjects.
Now, to make sure that you've all understood, I'd like one of you to repeat in detail the description I've just given. What about you, Mr. Roberts?
Huh? I'm sure you won't have any trouble.
What do you mean? About the aerial type torpedo.
Oh. Well, this torpedo is a recent and valuable addition to Air Force armament. It functions for both air and water attack. It has a water speed capable of 56 knots and airspeed unlimited. It contains 963 pounds of high explosive in the warhead, which is enough to make a molehill out of a mountain. And the motor of the torpedo was started by the simple expedient of releasing that pin. Anything else, Professor?
Intensive though the course is, there is time out for play, for even a fledgling pilot needs relaxation. In this scene from the Universal picture, Keep 'em Flying, Martha Ray and the Six Hits give out with a little boogie-woogie.
We're out in Kansas City on 1-2 Street. They say that there's a guy they call Bigfoot Pete. He plays piano by ear. Turn he plays all night for pigs, feet, and beer. He's murder on the 88. He's the guy that brought the boogie-woogie up to date. He's got a cannon in his left hand and a rifle in his right. He's just a double-barrel kid and a shoot the 8-beat shoot at a platinum band. He's just a solid whiz. I'll tell you who he is. He's Bigfoot Pete, a boogie-woogie's elite.
The climax in a man's training comes when he is ready to solo. There can be no greater thrill for a man than to feel himself at the controls of one of these super-powered ships, sending it soaring, diving, obeying his every command. And it is just as great a thrill for the men of the ground crew. For behind every pilot, behind every ship that takes to the air, is the skill, industry, and devotion of the heroes on the ground, without whose aid it would be impossible to keep 'em flying.
Boy, is it cold. Why do they put air cooling systems in these hangars? I'm going out and get my jacket. Seat or get off. Look what he tells me to get off. Come on. Peggy, take my hand. Take my hand. Bring it out to me.
The course is over, and in graduation ceremonies, the men receive their commissions. They are ready for the Army now, ready to do their share in national defense. For they realize that to defend our land, we must first and foremost defend the air above it.
Spread your wings, you eagles, and fly. Time for fledglings to take to the air. Hit the beam and get those planes in the sky, and let's keep them flying there. We're an all-American team, and we see every play eye to eye. Hit them hard and fast, let that be our theme, and let's keep them flying high.
When I say beat it, I mean beat it.
What are you trying to do, get away?
Life is sweeter, Rita, when you are near. Lolita, Rita, to have you near.
What are you eating those dog biscuits for?
Well, they're good. I like them.
Never mind, leave them alone.
Okay, so you go to New York, I'll go to Brooklyn.
All right.
Answer the phone.
It didn't ring?
Why wait till the last minute?
I saw your eyes in wishing wells. I heard your voice in chapel bells. Long before you ever came along. Push the button! Push the button! Push the button!
Abbott and Costello, bouncing from laugh to laugh like Mexican beans. In Rio Rita, designed for mirth, music, and romance, and having the fun time of their lifetime, surrounded by muchachas, and up to their ears in gay fiestas. It's the most grande riot you ever saw north of the Rio Grande. You'll say sombreros off to its hot tamale Romeos, its sweet senoritas of song, its noteworthy cast, and its breathtaking musical thrills.
Hey, Algie.
What?
Look at a chicken over here.
Well, that's...
Chicken! What a chicken! Algie!
They're shipwrecked, and you'll be lap-wrecked at this uproarious riot starring Bud Abbott and Lou Costello. With Virginia Bruce, Robert Page, Leif Erikson, Lionel Atwill, Nan Wynn, the Tip-Tap and Toe Dancers, Starkey, and those sensational harmony hits, the Four Ink Spots. See Abbott and Costello as expert seamen on the high seas.
All hands on deck!
All hands on deck!
Yeah.
Okay, it's mine. Whoa! I don't know what I'm doing here. Woo! 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 Give me up! Put the boards together! Pull on together!
This is murder.
Murder!
Are you scared? Don't be. Those masterminds of detection, those terrific sleuths, Bud Abbott and Lou Costello, will solve this crime or die in the attempt.
Fine, Doc. How's things? Look out. Move over. Will you want to climb up here?
Who done it? Wouldn't you like to know? Could it be Patrick Knowles, or William Gargan, or Louise Albritton, or Jerome Cowan? Or could it be Abbott and Costello?
You know, if we find the hand that fits that glove, we've got the murderer.
Fits me perfect.
I'm...
Oh, we're going to rebroadcast Murder at Midnight tonight. We're going to tell the whole radio world who killed Colonel Andrews.
Then how come the colonel was bumped off just as you showed in the script?
How would I know? Maybe I'm such a good writer, I gave someone an idea.
What do you mean?
Well, even the horse is laughing. And no wonder. Abbott and Costello are committing lunacy again in their laugh riot. Damon Runyon's It Ain't Hay, with lovely Grace McDonald, Cecil Kellaway, Eugene Pallette, Patsy O'Connor, Richard Lane, and Leighton Noble and his orchestra, in a gay and gleeful jamboree that moves from the sidewalks of New York to racy Saratoga. You'll chuckle when Costello first learns what a horse eats.
Finnegan eats his fodder every day?
Sure.
So what's his funny?
He eats his fodder.
You'll howl when the boys try to outbook a bookie.
I bet $10.
$10, right?
They're off. The race is over. You lose.
Open up your heart and sing the Sunday serenade. Oh, glory be, hallelujah, by golly, by thee.
Until they cool off and hit the ice. The happiest sleigh ride you ever had. Starring those ski-doodlers, Bud Abbott and Lou Costello. With gorgeous, sweet-singing Ginny Sims, Patrick Knowles, Elise Knox, and Johnny Long and his orchestra. The laughs come thick and fast as the boys go from chasing fires, some fun, to chasing gangsters in a gay and slippery winter playground.
Once when I was running, there was lightning and thundering. And out of the woods came a great big animal with horns.
Reindeer?
You sure did, honey.
I hate to do this, but you forced me to order you off the case. You're to leave immediately.
I understand, Doctor. Now see if you understand this.
Let's have it. Here, killer. Take this gun. Take them outside. Use them bullets on them. If you come back with any, I'll use them on you.
Okay, boss.
And kiss the missus because it feels so nice. And then you clap. And then you slap.
Ole, 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 ole. This is the slap happy polka of the day.
Yikes, Mr. Manfield.
Hey, yikes to you, too.
Yikes and away. We're those jolly jerks on the trail of a fancy fox hunt. They're living the life of Riley with Newport's smartest cuties and Southampton's bathing beauties. With Arthur Treacher, Marion Hutton, Kirby Grant, Thomas Gomez, Ann Gillis, Will Osborne and his orchestra. It's the season's big coming out party and a perfectly ripping weekend. With Abbott and Costello making fox passes at the Lasses.
Now, when you get it fixed, whistle in and out town.
Okay.
Nobody doubt it, I mean no doubt about it, I'm in love with you.
Well, sir, if I may start undressing you now?
You're going to undress me.
Yes, sir.
The last person that ever undressed me was my mother, and that was a year ago.
too. But for goodness sake, what does it take? What does it take to get you?
15 men on a dead man's chest.
I have the only key that will open the door. And I'm keeping that so that my husband Nimitive cannot reach her to marry.
No. At least give us a sporting chance.
I expect to do this in one stroke.
Let's pour on this hole.
One.
Oh. Girls' school?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be the caretakers? Just you and I?
Mm-hmm.
Caretakers for 200 or 300 girls, or what?
They're working their way through college with girls to the left of them, girls to the right of them. Girls, girls, girls.
Hattie, the time has come to say goodbye. Hattie, the time has come...
You just said that.
You shut up. Sit down. You know, I really don't like dancing because it's nothing but hugging set to music.
What don't you like about it?
The music. What is this?
Oyster stew.
Any oysters in it?
Certainly not. Who ever heard of an oyster stew with an oyster?
For you, ooh, you're the nicest man I ever knew. Ooh, if you take me and just break me in the business too, ooh, I'd leave my happy home for you.
Seven's their point in a gambling joint, where the schnapps is tops, but the cows ain't true.
I think I'm getting a Mickey.
It's Dangerous Dan McAbbott and the guy who is known as Lou, bringing you those roaring days of Oh You Kid and 23 Skidoo.
Oh, you kid.
You tell him, upholstery, you got the stuff.
You tell him, ammonia, you've got the spirit.
Go! I'm gonna help Captain Sam,
Attaboy.
because I'm true blue.
Attaboy.
I'm afraid of nobody.
I know, but take it easy.
What is the fella's name on third base?
What is the fella's name on second base?
I'm not asking you who's on second.
Who's on first?
I don't know. Third base.
So you slipped us a cold deck just because of a dame, huh?
something there. What do you think, Preston?
I don't believe that would work.
Oh, I think it would.
Oh, I think it would, too.
Oh, it's 2-1. Let's try it.
Yeah.
All right,
Let's
all right. Sit down.
Oh, it's
Cover
2
it
against
over.
1.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry, you lost.
Get into the seam.
Yeah.
You see,
Can I have your autograph?
No.
Okay. Pinched?
Yeah.
That reminds me.
What's the matter?
Something's been pinched me.
Oh, that's just your imagination. It's your imagination. Don't worry about it. What is that?
My imagination.
All right. Why, you silly-looking goon. What's the idea of dropping that hot towel on my face?
It was burning my hands.
Oh.
Now we're going to go, 'cause we're gonna win the most of the fun along the midway.
Step inside. She never fakes it.
There's a ride that really makes it fun on the wonderful midway.
Lips that touch liquor will never touch mine.
Meet Little Benny from Cucamonga. Impetuous, isn't he? Who takes impassioned leave of his sweetheart. Impassioned, Benny, impassioned. There, that's better. And sets out to conquer the world. His first interview is a bit unusual.
Take your shirt off.
Why?
I want to see your muscles.
Oh, you want to see my muscles?
That's right.
Yes, sir. And talking about my muscles, I have the biggest muscles in Cucamonga.
His second interview shouldn't happen to a dog.
Hey,
I don't get them.
But when Benny discovers that he can read people's minds, then hilarity reaches sky high in the grandest fun treat of all.
These mind-reading stunts, they're all tricks. They're fakes.
Oh, no, it's not. It runs in the family. Take Mama, for instance. Months and months before I was born, Mama told Papa she was going to have a baby. And she did. Honest.
Come here. Take a look at your loving bridegroom.
Benny! Who is she?
That's my wife.
I got to get out of here before you lose control of yourself.
What a predicament for chubby Lou. He's a ghost, all right, a relic from Revolutionary days, chained to the manor by a ghostly curse. And when, in our day and age, the manor is restored and some perfectly modern people move in, what can the poor ghost do?
I'm going to haunt him. That's what I'm going to do. Mm-hmm.
Emily, when you first came in here, did you or did you not kick me?
Oh, you felt something, eh?
I
thought so. It's you they're after.
Hello.
Can you hear me? Who are you? What are you? Identify yourselves.
Cuthbert Greenway, you know who I am. I'm Horatio Prim, the Little Tinker, and this is Melody Allen. We were on our way to warn General Washington about Benedict Arnold.
Horatio,
And then-
Horatio.
I mean, but I gotta...
Don't be silly. Don't you realize they can't hear us?
Thank you, Dr. Greenway. Thank you.
Millie!
if you don't all stop acting like a bunch of crazy lunatics, I'm going to start behaving like one myself.
Probably.
Pardon me for dropping in.
Wow and wow some more. They're back and they're terrific in Buck Privates Come Home with dynamic Tom Brown, Joan Fulton, lovely, lovely, top kick Nat Pendleton, tougher as a copper, and Little Miss Mess-em-up, Beverly Simmons in the merriest romp through the pitfalls of civilian life you ever roared at.
Every knock is a boost. And Tom!
Oh, boy, do you bring me luck.
I'd rather marry a homely girl than a pretty girl anyway.
Why?
Well, if you marry a pretty girl, she's liable to run away.
Isn't a homely girl liable to run away, too?
Yeah, but who cares? I'd like to demonstrate this little machine for you. Watch. See that?
Yes, sir, Buck Privates Come Home is loaded with laughs and brand new Abbott and Costello routines.
Get out, everybody! Get out!
See the boob and the booby trap. The table that wouldn't balance. The ups and downs of a fresh air feed.
Herbie can't drive.
To beat around the bush. I'm a woman, you're a man.
Mrs. Hawkins, that's the nicest thing anybody ever said to me.
This is the saga of Wagon Gap. A saga colossal, stupendous, terrific, and pretty good, too. Meet our heroes, men whose grit and shooting skill is unbelievable.
Fred Hawkins. That's nice shooting, partner.
I shot over there. He fell over here.
Then that really is nice shooting.
What strange power makes this little giant invincible? Just an old Montana law that says, whoever kills a man must support his widow and kids. And with this widow and those kids, how can a man lose?
Go ahead and shoot me and inherit this family. Go ahead.
Not me.
How about Mrs. Hawkins' dealing?
Land sakes, I never played before.
We won't have any trouble with her.
Certainly not.
Now, wait a minute, Jim. There's no need of bloodshed. I'm going in and bring that gang in single-handed.
But you're only one man.
There's only one gang, ain't there? Well, I'll see you all later. So long.
The widow.
pretend you're 40 years old. And you're in love with a little girl, say, 10 years old.
This one's gonna be a pip.
Well, now, wait a minute till I finish it.
Now, I'm going around with a 10-year-old girl.
Well, wait a minute.
I got a good idea where I'm gonna wind up.
Right you are. It's those masters of mirth, those royalists of riotous laughter, Bud Abbott and Lou Costello, in a show-stopping runaway of side-splitting escapades.
How about a little side bet?
Okay.
Say $1,000.
Ouch. Ooh, ouch. That tooth is murdering Lou. It's gotta come out. By hook or crook, by dog or cat. They're at the gate. Steady now. There they go. And here comes Costello. Well, that didn't work. So Lou is off again. This time to the dentist.
What are you going to do with that?
I'm going to drill.
Not in my mouth. You're not going to march. Get away with that.
Silly man, you. Just open your mouth, will you, please? And keep it open. That's fine. That's fine. Now.
But you haven't seen anything yet. Wait till Bud and Lou find themselves tangled up with a tough mob of gangsters.
See this watch? It's got a hole in it. Yeah. It used to belong to a pal of mine named Shoebox Jackson. Now, you keep this. By gee. And if you don't kick in by tomorrow night, there'll be another bullet hole right in the middle. Then it won't work so well. I won't work so well either. Count Dracula sleeps in this coffin, but rises every night at sunset. Chick is right. This is awful silly stuff.
Come on, take it all out.
Wow! Look out, Chick! Come on! What's the matter? Come on! Wait a minute.
The nation's top comics, Abbott and Costello. Petrified, but hilariously. Plus the dangerous and terrifying Wolfman, played by Lon Chaney. Plus that fiend out of a nightmare, the vampire Batman, Count Dracula, played by Bela Lugosi. Plus the most dreaded creature of them all, the Frankenstein monster, played by Glenn Strange. Plus a couple of luscious but designing females in the spookiest laugh fest on record.
Count Dracula sleeps in this coffin, but rises every night at sunset. Chick is right. This is awful silly stuff.
Come on, take it all out.
Wow! Look out, Chick! Come on! What's the matter? Come on! Wait a minute.
The nation's top comics, Abbott and Costello. Petrified, but hilariously. Stop! Plus the dangerous and terrifying Wolfman, played by Lon Chaney. Plus that fiend out of a nightmare, the vampire Batman, Count Dracula, played by Bela Lugosi. Plus the most dreaded creature of them all, the Frankenstein monster, played by Glenn Strange. Plus a couple of luscious but designing females in the spookiest laugh fest on record.
tamales and chili peppers. Just look who's hiding under those sombreros. Such dashing caballeros, dashing hither and thither. What brings them to this wonderful land south of the border? Can it be romance? Could be. Can it be beauty? Could be. There's lots of it around. Or can it be treasure hunting?
Would an honest man make phony stock? He certainly would not.
Who made this?
Me.
Who signed it?
I did.
Then it's got to be on the level.
That's right.
Mexican Hayride, starring Abbott and Costello, with Virginia Gray, a gal who can really throw the bull, Luba Molina, who'd rather toss her torso, John Hubbard, who has a love light in his eye, and comedian Fritz Fell, in a gay musical comedy treat.
Is it yes or is it no? Do you love me? Do you hate me? Should I stay or should I go?
One out there like a torgador. Face him like a picador and fight him like a matador.
And they'll carry me out like a cuspador.
Remember the ghoulish, goose, pimply, gleeful time you had when Abbott and Costello met Frankenstein? Now they're face to face with the king of the killers in the slap-happiest homicide in the history of mystery.
This bellboy will commit suicide tonight, and this will be found beside the body.
Suicide?
I have ways.
Bodies? The place is loaded with them. And guns. And gals. And gags. And slinky, slithery homicidal suspects. With Abbott and Costello in the middle between the law and the vengeance of the most ruthless killer of them all.
How could you find the bodies in your room? I put them in the elevator.
Oh, no, it can't be. It just can't be. But it is. It's Bud Abbott and Lou Costello in the Foreign Legion. The hilarious, riotous misadventures of the boys before and after they join up. To confuse, confound, and completely bedevil their fellow Legionnaires.
I'll make a Legionnaire of him one way or the other. You're dismissed.
It's Harem Scarum. And we do mean harem. And scarum. With Patricia Medina, that sly spy from Francis, Walter Slazak, and Douglas Dumbrill. As for Bud and Lou, they're up to their ears in sand, up to their eyes in trouble, up to their funny boneheads in the Legion of Laughter.
South American.
Oh, gee, they're nice people. Just what'd you tell them?
I said that Hammett's wrestlers will now tear you apart with their bare hands.
You got something there?
You...
Now, don't give me that invisible stuff again.
Honest. And there were footsteps with no feet. And a grip that was unpacking itself.
All right, boys, let's go.
They're private eyes, they are. And they're tickled to death, as you may be, that their first job is a murder case. Only a man they can't see is driving them to distraction.
I said pull over to the...
A blonde is trying to booby-trap them. And the syndicate is trying to set them up for a quick 1-2.
Buddy, you know I'm no fighter. Oh, what's the difference? Look, watch this.
My uncle is worried, too, about the...
About the effect of the drug on my mind? Invisibility gives me a sense of power, for good or for evil.
Neither of you get a chance to tell the cops anything. Now, look, pal, let's talk this thing over. There's no...
It's Bud Abbott and Lou Costello going hillbilly in Coming Round the Mountain.
Bow your head, Wilbert. I now christen thee Squeezebox McCoy.
And believe you us, even the mountains are roaring at the funnin' and feuding around.
This must be the starter.
And for an extra special treat, co-starred with the boys is Dorothy Shea, the Park Avenue hillbilly, swinging out with a raft of grand tunes.
My cousin Agnes Clung left home when she was young, but a single cocktail made poor Agnes wink. You broke your promise, oh yes, you broke your promise, and now I'm all alone and blue. I'm so alone without you. You'll be just another notch on father's shotgun if and you don't marry me.
Look, say you're 40 years old and you're in love with a little girl, say, 10 years old.
Oh, this one's gonna be a pip.
Give me the money.
Now that we get the potion, she ain't gonna stick us.
No picture has been more eagerly awaited.
It couldn't be made till the perfect star was found.
But who will portray the gallant and heroic Jack?
Only one actor has the bearing, the stature, the Olympian fortitude. And here he is.
I fear nothing when I am in the right, Whoever pushes me around will find me full of fight.
Yes, Jack and the Beanstalk is on the screen. But something new has been added to the best-loved legend of all time. And that something is laughter, as only Abbott and Costello can make it. With Lou as Jack, that is, and Bud as Mr. Dinklepuss, fearless, peerless, and spineless.
We gotta save her.
You're right.
There's
There's
the castle.
Come on. What am I doing? Go ahead.
Yes, here are all the wonders of the story every mother has told her child, and every child will tell his children. The magic beanstalk, the enchanted forest, the fearsome giant, and all the marvels of his castle, the talking harp, the hen that lays the golden eggs, the captive princess, all brought to the screen in a brilliant blaze of pageantry, with Abbott and Costello at their hilarious best in a laugh-loaded, song-sprayed adventure into Never Never Land that you'll ever remember.
I managed this, boy.
Darling, a song for darling, darling.
I can't eat you. Ruin my appetite.
Oh, Mr. Giant, you should eat something.
Yeah.
Oh, no. No. Mr. Dinklepuss!
It's Bud Abbott and Lou Costello in Lost in Alaska. The hilarious saga of a couple of squares let loose in the Arctic Circle. And maybe that isn't a mistake. Co-starring Mitzi Green, a heat wave who melted the North Pole down to an icicle.
So although a blizzard may blow the zero out of sight, there'll be a hard time in the igloo tonight.
Tom Ewell, the sensation of Up Front, funnier up north.
He's drowning himself again.
With Bruce Cabot, the meanest villain who ever hatched a vicious plot.
We're partners. You marry Joe, I make you a widow, then we divide the $2 million.
I'll have mush. Oatmeal! I said mush.
It's mush. And Iceberg Lou and Blubber Bud are off on the wildest dash ever. With an Eskimo beauty on their hands, a playful polar bear on their trail, a seal near their fishing hole, and half the Yukon gunning for them and a fortune in gold.
Save the goal!
Save the goal! No, no, save yourself. Come on back over here.
Doing a bottle of iodine.
You're always getting yourself into something. What's the matter with you? Honest, folks, we're not really the pirates. We couldn't be pirates.
I'm afraid to be a pirate.
You're afraid. You're a fraidy cat. I'm afraid of no man.
No man at all?
No man at all.
Aren't you even afraid of a kid?
Not even a kid.
You're afraid of no kid?
No kid. No kid.
Captain Kidd.
Holding a girl is something he won't forbid. No, sir, he never did. Not if we first let her meet Captain Kidd.
Yes, sirree, mates. Unfurl the binnacle, scuttle the barnacle, and swab the skipper. Because you're sailing into a gale of laughter and heading for Pleasure Island. Lou's a sea wolf in ship's clothing. And what a kisser. What a kisser. Bud's an old son of a sea cook, all mixed up in a pirate stew. And wait till you see Charles Lawton as Captain Kidd. When the boys get through with him, he's the only pirate to ever have a nervous breakdown.
This thing's driving me crazy. He went that way.
And rounding out a fun-bound crew for an exciting cruise through dangerous waters and to mysterious isles is Hillary Brooke, Fran Warren, and Life Erickson.
We weren't in danger before until we were safely on shore.
I'm north of nowhere, south of someday.
I'd rather go in her quarters.
We're going to Captain Kidd's quarters.
He don't appeal to me.
Ooh. Ah. Ah.
No, sir, he never did. Not if we first let her meet Captain Kidd.
Today, the scientific world revealed its most closely guarded secret, the plan for man's first venture into the far reaches of outer space.
Within our fuel range are the planets Venus and Mars. One of these should be our destination.
And here is the super rocket poised for its historic takeoff. And there it goes, up, up, up into interplanetary space. And at the controls of this sky monster are the greatest scientists of this generation, Abbott and Costello.
We're not going to the moon. We're headed for Mars.
Who but Bud and Lou could get in such a fix? But first, they make a mess of a secret project. A wreck of the New Orleans Mardi Gras. Terrorize a city and even get blamed for a ray gun bank stick-up. Now they're out of this world with laughter on a runaway rocket ship, and their misguided missile finally lands on the manless planet Venus. Manless? Oh, man.
We must warn the Queen. Our planet Venus has been invaded.
What kind of hot rod was that?
We want a king! We want a king!
What can a king do that a queen can't do?
Be the father of a large family?
They're the panic of the planets, riotously lost among acres and acres of gorgeous girls. With Marie Blanchard and the Miss Universe contest winners.
I hereby claim Mars in the name of the United States of America.
Me too.
Terror stalks the streets of London. The most dreaded monster of them all strikes again, and panic sweeps the city. But two men of intrepid daring fight back. Bud Abbott and Lou Costello meet Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, co-starring Boris Karloff, twice as menacing as ever. Terror becomes turmoil, and the laughs get terrific when Bud and Lou trap the beast among a bevy of beauties and get lost in a house of horrors that would frighten even Frankenstein.
Come on, come on! Come on, we can capture the monster. Give me a hand. Come on.
It'll scare you right out of your theater seat. Bud Abbott and Lou Costello meet Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. An uproarious riot from beginning to end.
funny. Remember the slides? And this one. And what could be funnier than the Keystone Cops? I'll tell you what could be funnier. Abbott and Costello and the Keystone Cops.
From crazy chases to pies in the faces, it's early day Hollywood at its howlingest. And how you'll howl. Starring Abbott and Costello as you love them best.
Catchy, catchy, catchy.
With Fred Clark, Lynn Barry, Maxie Rosenblum. See Bud and Lou fall for a heartbreaking vamp. See them with famous Mack Sennett and his bathing beauties. But best of all, see them as the wildest, wackiest stuntmen that ever turned Hollywood upside down.
Hey, I didn't know you could drive a plane.
I can't, but you're doing a good job.
Yes! Who's mine?
Look out!
Hey, they're shooting real bullets.
Let go! Let go!
What will I hold on to?
Find the mummy.
Don't worry, the mummy will find you.
You'll howl as you follow Bud and Lou in a strange land where exotic dancers perform ancient rituals. You'll scream at this mystic world of mad magic and uproarious adventure.
Does this mean anything to you?
It means death to whoever holds it.
Starring Bud Abbott and Lou Costello, with sultry Marie Windsor giving you your first look inside Costello.
Turn off the lights.
Let's stop fooling and cut 'em open. And Peggy King, George Gobel's TV girlfriend.
You flew in from the Middle West and certainly impressed the population hereabouts.
Imagine Lou trying to be charming to a snake. And Bud at the end of his rope.
Stop blowing!
Your nerves will jangle as they tangle with terror, meddle with murder, and try to elude a curse 4,000 years old.
Get rid of it! No! No! What is it? Dynamite! What are you doing here?
I'm gonna make a talk.
Talk about what?
I'm gonna talk about Dance with Me, Henry.
Dance with me, Henry.
Huh?
Dance
Just
with...
a minute. What's this Dance with Me, Henry?
Oh, what's on second?
Who's on second?
Who's on first?
I don't know.
He's on third.
He's on third, but I know who's on first.
Who?
Dance with me, Henry.
Dance with me, Henry.
Dance with me, Henry.
Dance with me, Henry.
That's Martin Proctor, the district attorney. He's been shot.
You're going to say something or I'm not going to leave here. No!
It's a wonderfully warm and wacky story that's as mad as a merry-go-round. Crazy as cops and robbers in a funhouse. And a million laughs all the way. It's Abbott and Costello at their zany best.
I'm going to get on that phone and call the cops.
Wait a minute. Do you know what they do to squealers?
I don't care what they do with squealers.
They shoot them. They shoot them down like dogs. They stuff them in a barrel of cement and throw them right in the ocean.
Wrong number.
Come on, you gonna sing? All right, sing.
Do you still love me?
From the tip of your toes to the top of your head. Giants! Giants!
Oh, Lord. Get me there by sundown. And please, Lord, don't let the Pentagon find out about this.
Can't rule out invasion from space. All right. All orders top secret.
Little old me isn't too much woman for little old you, is she?
Lady, if you were triplets, you wouldn't know what too much woman is for little old me.
Jackie! My husband alone!
How dare you speak to me that way? I said...
Cool off!
Flying saucers! Flying saucers! This is it!
Oops, sorry. I was just carried away by Abbott and Costello. The men who put the laughs in laughter.
We better get out of here before something happens.
Here they are, on sea, on sand,
Get on about the water, shorty.
and on high.
Hold it, Tubby. Swell. Now turn around so I can get your face in the picture.
They bring you the funniest scenes from their funniest films, all rolled into a universe of laughter for young, old, and in between.
Boy, what a time we had with them three.
Forward! March!
Delicious. Dig right in. Go right like that, then. It ain't nice to do those things.
Please make up your mind and get settled here. Go ahead and eat your soup.
It's yours.
The world of Abbott and Costello.
B-A
bay, B-E-B, B-I, bicky bye, B-O, bo, bicky bye, bo, B-U, boo, bicky bye, bo, boo. C-A-C, C-E-C, C-I, sicky, si, C-O, so, sicky, si, so, C-U, sue, sicky, si, so, sue.